Changing the battery on a small first generation Flir attachment to the iPhone, first generation iPhone 5S. And this is a little radiometer, but many times the batteries go out and you can't get them repaired. So here's what I did in this particular case. So detach the Flir from the iPhone, and you can use a thin piece of plastic or something to actually split it. And you can open it like this, and you can see the battery right here that needs replacement. Remove the connector so you can separate the back panel, and then you can start unscrewing the circuit board to get at the battery and remove it. And peeling back, be careful of the little tape connector here, but we have to get this connector out right there. Gently remove these two screws right here and here, and pull out the little tape connector that is down here, and peel back gently the copper strip, and the battery can be lifted out. Be careful not to pull the circuit board too tight because there's a little tape connector underneath it, and lift up the main circuit board and get the battery up. Here's the battery, and there's a little connector on the bottom as shown here. This little connector has to be pulled out. And you can pry it out with a tool like this shown here, or some flat surface. Now the battery is clear, and then we can start working on it. The first thing we have to do is detach the wiring from this battery. As shown here is the circuitry for the battery electronics to balance all the different cells, so it'll be the cell balancer. So we're going to cut that off and put another battery in. Now it's hard to find exactly these types of batteries. So here's one with the 800 milliamp hour, which is enough to at least operate the phone, and we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, here we have the battery cell balancer circuitry removed along with the two electrodes, and I believe this is the positive and this is the negative, and what we're going to end up doing is putting this replacement battery into that circuit and soldering it to the positive and negative tabs. Okay, here's the top of the circuit board on the old battery, and we need to use this connector and the post on the battery to solder the new battery in. We can see this is the equalizer circuit, equalizes the voltage at the various plates, and shown on right here you'll see B plus and the negative. So that's where we solder this battery to those posts. Okay, next thing, you solder the new battery onto the posts for the battery balancer. It'll say B plus and B minus. B plus would be the red and B minus would be the black. And now we're ready to reinstall. Put some tape around your solder joints just to offer some insulation and avoid short circuits. Plug in and seat the connector for the power, and we're going to reinstall the main circuit board. Okay, circuit board is installed. A magnetic screwdriver sure helps with these screws. Here's your balancer that we taped, and then here's the battery itself, and it fits in sort of the slot there. Finally, we got to install the tape connector, and you'll probably have to remove the little circuit board to get it in there, because it's pretty hard to do without removing it. Okay, we're ready to cover up, so here we go. We're going to just take the cover and snap it right back into place. Okay, everything's snapped into place. Make sure it's real flat right here, because it goes on the iPhone. And let's check it out. Turn it, and then we get a battery light. So this thing is ready to go, and we'll test it out. And we now see that the radiometer, when attached to the iPhone, is now working properly and good to go. And that's how you fix the battery on a first generation Flir radiometer.